Hello there, this is Linda with Sweet Aria Decor, who can't figure out how to work her phone. It is Friday, and instead of doing a video showing everybody what I'm making, I thought I would show you my craft space and how I choose to organize things. My craft space is like several rooms in the house. It's a gigantic mess. But this is like just my office space. There's my computer for my Etsy orders. But this is kind of the room where I mainly pack up my orders. So you can see this is kind of my packing station over here. This is where I store extra bins. That is extra duplicate ribbon and totes. Usually that is 2 giant stacks that go pretty much all the way up to the ceiling, strictly of Christmas ribbon. Not Christmas, like, accoutrement, but just ribbon. It's crazy. But I use a grid wall above my packing space. I wanted to utilize that space for something other than having it blank. So this is where I hang all of the, those are garland forms. These are the wreath forms, kind of all up there. I do have a couple grapevines on there. And then over here, this is just a giant stack of bins of things. I use these little totes to keep together similar patterns for things I'm going to make. So this one is nautical themed. So I might have a sign in here. That way, if I have some time, I can just grab one of these totes and start making something. I also have, extra ribbon in here. Superfluous items. Oh, I was looking for those. Oh, I'm so glad I just found those checkered things. And then extra mesh tubing down there. That tubing is kind of a pain. Once you open that package, there's no going back, man. That's kind of crazy. Oh, and I've got other picks in here too. I'm really glad I did this because now I found some stuff. All right, so we're going to walk across. This is really my big main craft space here. So this used to be the living room to my house. Okay, so there's coming down the stairs. It's in the living room. So first thing I did was I didn't want everyone seeing this when they came in. So I got a room divider curtain and I hung a rail that just kind of goes right up there. And then this is one big long curtain. So I can close it up and nobody sees my gigantic mess. But because I'm antisocial, I don't usually have people over. So not really too much of a problem. All right, so I'm going to give you the big panoramic view here. So this is the whole giant space, and it goes back to the dining room is way back there behind there. But in this space here, I keep a rack where I hang all my completed wreaths that I need to either bag and tag or take pictures of. This is made, let me go backwards a little bit. Let me get out of the way here and shine a light. So this is a grid wall. It's a gondola, essentially. So it is, I think, 6 grid walls. And then I put some stuff on the top. But I've got pegs, so I put my ribbon coming out that way on the pegs. And then I put my larger spools of ribbon, the big giganto ones, here on the end. And then back here is kind of where I stack some of my, there's pegs for, this is where I have the out of season signs. I had baskets back there for all my Christmas stuff. That was kind of my temporary Christmas holding area. I've since brought it out because last year I didn't bring it out and I found that I wasn't actually using it. So this time I decided to bring it out. Back there, hey, it's a frosty head. This whole rack here, this is basically that metal shelving that you can get at Target, Walmart, whatever. But I put my 21-inch mesh in there. I use 21-inch mesh a lot for tomato cage trees. It is becoming less frequent that people use the 21-inch mesh. Therefore, the cost is going up a little bit. But I really only use it for the trees and occasionally for some wreaths to kind of make a fluffy base. And then there is where I keep my tubing. See, some of it comes from the Dollar Tree. If I'm making a cheaper pancake wreath, I will use that Dollar Tree stuff. But I typically like jute tubing, so there's nothing metallic in there. It holds up better. I really like that stuff. Oops, I just tripped over a giant box of snowman heads. Then this is, so these are wallpaper racks that I bought probably, 10 years ago at a home store that was getting rid of their wallpaper. So I used to store toys on this in the basement. And then I reorganized that and I was going to get rid of this stuff. And I said, wait, let me hold on to it. I might have a use. And then I took my furniture out of the living room, and now this is a giant craft space. So I hang my signs here on the end. And then in here, I organize my ribbon. I try to do my best to organize it by color. Now, this is kind of my out of season section. So here's what I call my guy shelf. There's some beer, there's some football, there's some denim. And I got some pink out of season stuff. This section here is where I have items where I group things that I know I'm going to use together, like this sign with this really cute ornament from Target from last year. It's a sweater. So it's a sweater sign and a little sweater. Got my elves there. Kind of grouping it like that. This is like the rustic shelf. Down there, this is where I put in all my 10-inch rolls of mesh, so I can kind of see from the edge kind of what it is. That's more of my Easter section. Then we get into Christmas, and then we've got fall here. The nice thing about these is that actually it does hold some 21-inch rolls of mesh because that's pretty much wallpaper width. So I couldn't have asked for better. It turned out so great, so great. I've got my picks in baskets here. I've got ornaments all up across the top. I didn't have these up there very well at one point, and somebody slammed the door and it shook the floor, and these came crashing down on my head. So I'm really glad that they were plastic. Oh, the bad words I said that day. So this is where it kind of organized more by color. This is my work table. Now, I got this table from IKEA at the beginning of the year. What I like about this is right underneath here, there's a crank. So what I can do with this nice long white table that is at the end of my dining room is I can take all the craft stuff off of it, move all the stuff out of the way, lower it using the crank, and then this is a secondary table we can sit at for Christmas. So it worked out really well, and I don't think it was more than $200 total for the whole table, which was really nice. All right, moving right along. That's the Tower of Trees. What this is this is all my florals. These are white crates. I zip tied 3 white crates together because you see they have those holes. So I essentially made a giant tower out of this. Oh, I just backed into a stem and it poked me in the butt. Oh, I think we're dating now. Oh my gosh, that was personal. Ow. But I put all the florals in there, and it's only fallen over once, and that's because I knocked it over on purpose. Well, with my elbow. But it's nice to have that. I can see all that. I keep my fall stuff kind of on one side, mostly spring. I don't usually put the fall stuff in there because that takes up so much space. I give that its own dedicated space. And then these are some shelves that I had in my kids' room. This toy holder here, I found this at the garbage. Do not be afraid to garbage pick for stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. It's going to end up in a landfill. You might as well try it. So it holds baskets. I got these really thin, wide baskets at Dollar Tree I think it was like last year. And it holds all my different little tiny picks. Some of them are every day, but I changed most of it out to be for Christmas. And then this is just kind of the workspace. It's a mess, I know. But this is a makeup, silicone makeup case. And it holds all of my zip ties. So they're compartmentalized. Those are kind of by color. The black and green are over there. It holds some of my tools in the center. I love that so much. Almost as much as I love my stem cutter here from Decor Exchange. Affiliate link in bio. Almost as much as I love my stem cutter here from Decor Exchange. Affiliate link in bio. My cutter here from Decor Exchange. Affiliate link in bio. And it cuts it. And you can even double or triple up your mesh and cut 2 at once. So that is a huge time saver. I love this. It keeps it from getting tangled. I've had this, I think, for about 3 or 4 years. It is amazing. Susie's Triple Stationary Mesh Roller. There is a link for it in my bio, as well as she has a glue gun holder. This is amazing. And I know I've shown this before, but it's so much easier. This never falls off. I can burn myself with the glue gun just by looking at it. I don't even have to be in the same room. I am so bad with it. So this holds it right here. It's got a nice little cutout, and then this is tile. And all I have to do is just kind of scrape that dried glue off later. And boom, there it is. And it's even got a little notch for the cord. It's fantastic. I love it. I don't know why it took me so long to get it. I ended up kind of ruining a couple spots on my table because I put my glue gun directly on it by accident. If I had had that holder, that wouldn't have happened. So shame on me. All right. Now we're going to go here. This is my dining room. This is my dining room, guys. That's my daughter's crap. That's not mine. She's 9. But I kind of took over the rest of it. So I had temporarily set up in here just for now, for Christmas. These are shoe racks from Amazon. They're multiples put together. So I actually have 3 of these towers. I think it was maybe 5 or 6 shoe racks that I ordered in total. They're not the sturdiest. They're plastic. But for the little bit of time I'm going to have it, it works out good. These are plastic shelves. I put my planters and things on here. I used to have them in a bin. The problem when you keep everything in bins, even if they're clear, is you kind of forget to look in there and you forget that you have that stuff. So I like to keep it out. So these are just some guys I finished today. These are some reindeer. I got 2 of those guys. I got a little floral thing, which I will not be selling because that is a trademarked item. So that's for personal use. Yes, sure. Going back around here. Here are more racks of ribbon. Oh my God. If I buy more ribbon, I need to be spanked. But then these are my tomato cage trees. And then right back here, these are the lights that I use to take the pictures. So these are Ecoto. I got these off of Amazon. They're really nice. I wish they were a little bit brighter and I maybe could get a brighter bulb. It's kind of a big special bulb. But then this is the backdrop that I use to take pictures against. I do like to also take pictures outside on the front door. But like I live outside of Chicago and who knows, like the weather's going to change from one day to the next. So if I can't get outside, I'll take it on that. And this used to be a dining room table and now it's just a gigantic pile of bows. Gigantic pile of bows. All right, I'll take you to the last spot. I also store things in upstairs in my kids' closets, the ones that have moved out anyway, and also in the basement. But this is the garage space. It's supposed to have a car in there. Anybody see any cars? No? Now that's because I took it over. By the last Christmas show I have, I think, on the 17th and 18th of December, maybe the 11th. I think it's the 11th. Then I got to move all this stuff out of the way because I am not keeping my minivan outside in the snow. No, thank you. But this is a giant mess right now. Those are enormous tree forms. I got those at the Craig Bachman warehouse sale a couple years ago. I made one last year. I sold it for about $200. I only made probably about a $30 profit on it when you consider how much I spent. So it might be a while before I make those again. They were fun, but trying to get it in the car to get it to the craft show was kind of a pain. And then I had to deliver it afterwards. So kind of fun to make if it's for myself, but in terms of selling, not so much. I've got extra wreath racks out here. Bins. If you have a lot of supplies, it does help to use clear bins and then organize them by season. When I organized this, I was smart enough to kind of put Easter in the back and then 4th of July in front and then fall. So at least I didn't have to dig too far to get into everything. But, and then this is the other stuff I've got out here. Hey, there's another deer. There's bookshelf. These are shelves that I keep the ornaments on, and most of these are from Hobby Lobby. Those shatterproof ornaments right there, let me tell you, you know what? I got those, I took the whole box last year, okay? But if you put a bow on top of those, and then you hang that from the garage lights or your porch light, it looks really cute. And it's just not that bad to just make a bow and try to do that. So it's fun. And then you can sell those too. I've been selling those pretty well. I sold them on Etsy and at craft shows. So that's kind of that. Those are the top hats I put on my tomato cage trees. And then here is another bin of all this stuff that picks that I'm using for Christmas. And then check this out. Like this is, look at how big that is. That is a Christmas tree topper. I'm making a huge tomato cage tree. So that's going to go on the top of that one. Now that one I will probably take to a craft sale to try to sell. More things in here. This is my little, these are elves. These are tree toppers. So they're going to go on tomato cage trees. I got an elf and I have gnomes. I think I got both of those from Walmart. I ordered those last year ahead of time. And I don't think I saw the elf this year. I did see, I think, some kind of gnome. But I also got some tomato cage tree toppers that are snowman heads. So those are cute. So this is the Wreath Storage. These are rolling racks, but they're ones that have the bar that goes across the middle. That's really helpful because, like, look, it adds a whole other level of storage on there. They also do sell, this one has the hanging one. So this is like an extra, I think it's like a closet rod extender. You can hang it on any existing thing, and it kind of makes its own little rod that goes across. And you can control the width as well, which is nice. These are zip bags that I put around some of the bigger, fluffier wreaths that I don't want to get squished. These came from Walmart. They have not Walmart, IKEA. IKEA had, I think the larger ones were somewhere around $5. And there are some smaller, thinner ones that were closer to, I think, $3. But it's nice then I don't have to reuse plastic bags. Plastic bags are great, to cover things, to make sure that it doesn't snag. But after you've put them on and taken it off and put it on and taken it off, it starts to get holes. It gets a little flimsier. So that's why I kind of like using some of those. But it does add more setup and breakdown time when you have to do that to your wreaths. So anyway, that's pretty much it. More bins of stuff. Back there, you can see all the leftover stuff from my daughter's wedding. All those centerpieces I have yet to list for sale. I think I need to probably do that this afternoon because I got to get rid of that shit. I spent so much money on it. I would like to get a fraction of that money back. That would help. And so that's pretty much it. It expands all over the place. But my biggest tip would be, if you are a crafter, I would say keep things out where you can see them. Yes, rotate the items that you have by season. But I've learned having things in bins is great. But if you can't see that bin and you can't get to that bin and make it easy to get to, then you're not going to want to do it. And it's going to sit there year after year after year until you decide to sell it at a garage sale for a fraction of what you paid. So I will be probably trying to do some more lives showing different Christmas things now that I'm finally getting in the Christmas spirit. I'm going to put on some Michael Bublé, go singing along and see what we can make. So I'll probably make something in a few minutes, a grapevine. It's got little mitten grapevine. It's so cute. I'm still pulling together a couple things, but I'll probably show that. So anyway, if you've got any questions about what you saw, you can reach out. Hey, Linda from Massachusetts. Another Linda. That's my name too. Thank you. Glad you like the snowman. But all my things are listed on sweetariadecor.com. You can follow me on TikTok, Facebook, message me anywhere, anytime. I love to help people figure out things with crafting. I'm not here just to sell stuff. I'm also here to support other crafters. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, because it's freaking Friday and it's about time. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go have some lunch. I'll see you guys later. Take care.